And hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the place, Whovians all over the Whooniverse. Welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name's Christian Basil. Welcome back. For those of you who are just joining us for the very first time, be it that you just came across us on Facebook, YouTube, or you came across us over at Pensacon, or just recently, just a couple weeks ago, I think it was a week or two ago. I'm just like, it's a whole big globby memory. From Orlando MegaCon here at the Orange County Convention Center in Central Florida. We want to thank you for joining us and appreciate everybody joining us here today. Make sure, first thing you do before you do anything else, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com, the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We are only 15 people away from hitting the big 3K. 15 of you just need to go over there. I see a bunch of eyes on there. 15 of you just need to go to the YouTube channel, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, subscribe, and hit the button. Get the notification. You want to hit that bell so that you make sure that anytime we put out new content, you are aware of it. We're putting out pretty much videos of the day almost every other day, and we want to make sure that we provide content and videos and stuff. And also, you can see for yourself Mr. Dave Chapman in our most recent video as he visited Epcot. Let me go ahead and unmute some of the microphones so they can get into the talking mode. So Dave went to Epcot. I don't have the pictures. I knew I forgot something. Darn it! But there is a whole album in the on the Facebook page, and I'm going to be sharing it on YouTube shortly down there. Again, don't forget YouTube.
I haven't even loaded mine up yet.
You haven't even loaded yours. Wow, I thought you would be like first on the dole there.
Will you take the cover photo down?
No, it's there.
Everyone always thinks new people always think we're not doing a video.
We are doing a video.
We are, but people think, is there no video?
I want to make sure we introduce everybody right away. And again, welcome. Today we have a very special episode because we're going to introduce this gentleman right over here who's got a convention going on this Saturday, and it's Saturday only, called Cosography. It's taking place at the Merritt Island Square Mall, and it's going to be taking place from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I believe if it's anything like it's been in the past, Jake, it's going to be everything cosplay. This is where it is just focused on cosplay. Are they still having panels on cosplay and all that?
No, we're not having no panels. We're just going to have, photographers and cosplayers and a few vendors selling some of their stuff. And
okay,
it's going to be a nice time. We're going to have it, and it's free. You guys come down, come in your best cosplay outfits. Awesome. I got a few passes for the movie theater there. Come in your best cosplay outfit. I like you. I'm like, you're cool, and I'm just going to give them away to them.
Oh, okay.
So,
without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce our panel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That's helping our algorithm out there. But let me introduce first, and surely because he came in last, I got to do it to the Fat Man of Fat Man Comic. How you doing, my friend?
Wonderful. How you guys doing out there?
Not bad there, sir. What are you going to be doing all weekend? What are you going to be doing over at Cosography?
So I'm a vendor, but also part of the Fat Man Comics brand. Involves a lot of costuming, and I'm going to bring some of the classic pieces that have taken a root in the whole Fat Man story. Recently, we did a short film that's still in development, but we're done with the filming part, starring Anthony Sr., called Grumpy Grandpa and Get Off My Lawn. And we're going to have his costuming elements from there. And I also want to talk a little bit to the people that might come up to the Fat Man booth about how there is no such thing as gatekeeping in the cosplay and costuming community. I was also at MegaCon, and I needed to toss together a costume. So I made a little, plumb bob from The Sims, and I went as a Sim. There's so much room for everybody in cosplay and costuming. And, I'm just ready to welcome anybody that's curious into the whole family of, cosplaying and Cosography 2023.
Gotcha. I'm going to hold you right there because we're going to talk more about the convention. I'm going to have Jake introduce that. But let me introduce everybody else. You've seen his Daleks all over the place, and they're getting worldwide attention there. So I want to introduce you, Dan, the man himself. Dan, the Dalek operator of the Daleks of Arrakis. Did I get that right?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah.
Eventually. It's Orrakos.
Okay, Orrakos.
There you go.
So if you've seen his Daleks, if you've seen Ren and Hal out there, and I do apologize, I don't have the picture. Oh, wait a minute, I might have them. No, I don't. Dave, if you could. Oh, Dave just left the chat. Dave left altogether. Okay, he's having some technical issues.
He's gone.
Oh, welcome there. I'm going to try to see if I can pull up some pictures. But Dan, tell us a little bit about what you do, just in case for the new folks out there, and tell them about the Dalek of Oracos. Oh, I can't. It's never gonna. I'm gonna try. I'm trying.
Eventually, we'll get you there eventually.
Oracos.
Yep,
Gotcha.
There you go.
Beetlejuice.
So I am, as you mentioned, part of the Daleks of Oracos. That's just what I call my personal group of Daleks. I've currently got 2 that are here in the States, Dalek Hal, which is the black and red new series Dalek, and Dalek Ren, which is the very light gray and black Renegade Dalek. The third one currently in the UK, but I've had some issues with trying to get it over here. But I am the owner and operator of all 3 Daleks. Ren is currently a still prop. It is more or less ready to have electronics put in it, but I currently haven't been getting him that operator ready since he fits in the back of my car, whereas Hal has to go on the trailer. And if you want to keep up to date with any of the events, conventions, anything like that I bring either of my Daleks to, then feel free to go over to the Facebook page, which is Daleks of Oracos. Also go to facebook.com/DalekHal.
Gotcha there. And I brought it up over here. And for those of you who are on the radio, facebook.com/DalekHal will pull it up to the Oracos site out there. And we had a great time at PensaCon. You can see for those of you watching on your YouTube or your Facebook page or wherever, Twitter, you can see Dalek Hal with Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor, Eric Roberts, and we have the lovely Dr. Grace Holloway, Daphne Ashbrook. And you got lots of pictures. I know you got a ton of pictures. We told the stories of the Daleks, but here we are over with the Daleks of Florida, and just a little scene out there. Oh, we got
that is my favorite of all of them.
This is incredible. I still wanted to get a picture with him in his outfit, but I never got a chance. It just didn't happen out there. But this is just some of it. Of course, again, facebook.com/DalekHal, HAL, for those of you listening on the radio. This is just an incredible site. And these are pictures from, we got a little bit of a mixture in from Orlando MegaCon.
And I still have more that I haven't posted with the Doctors and Companions from PensaCon. I'm getting so close to 700 followers on there, too.
This is awesome. So make sure you're helping out the Daleks of Oracos. So I just remembered the word or. But Dan does an excellent job just taking Dalek Hal and terrorizing every cosplayer, everybody. Let's be honest, that's what you do. You love it. And then I simply adore it as well.
I'm still hoping that some video is going to surface of me harassing the 11th Doctor cosplayer on Sunday of MegaCon.
I know that I still haven't gotten a lot of stuff. For those of you who got pictures at a MegaCon, please send them to the Traveling TARDIS page or the Daleks of Oracos. Just send them out over there because we want to make sure we share out the content. And I know there were a lot of pictures out there of people just having a great time out there. And there's tons of pictures of where Hal has been traveling himself. That's cute out there. But this is an awesome, awesome page. You got to check out for yourself. And Dan has 3 amazing Daleks. Well, at least I've seen 2, and I can't wait to see the 3rd coming very shortly.
I was hoping to get Chronica down here in time for MegaCon, but unfortunately, considering it's in the UK, it's a pain in the butt. We've been trying to get this scheduled for over a year now, but we just keep running into issues.
Oh, gotcha. And hello to Cyborg T100. Hello to Andrew Morris. Hello to Ken. Ken's here for you, isn't he?
Ken is here for all of us. But yes, Ken, the amazing Ken taught me to play Sabak at MegaCon. And so if you were here last week and watched my Sabak video, that is Ken. And part 2 will debut. You'll see a commercial shortly. And part 2 will debut right after this over on my channel.
Gotcha there. And we want to say hello to the Time Scales. Greetings from San Francisco. How you doing there? Again, if you are on our YouTube channel or if you don't mind moving over there, we just need about 15 more of you, and then we've hit the big 3K. Just like, share, subscribe, and comment. Get that. Get the juices flowing for our, to get us out there. Alrighty, so thank you all for joining us, and hello to the Grumpy Grampy and Pal Mickey show. I am here for all of you. Thank you for joining us.
That is also Ken. Ken does a similar thing that you do with the TARDIS with Mickey.
Oh, okay.
So that is his channel. We got a traveling Mickey.
Gotcha.
So we got to get Mickey a Mickey-sized Doctor Who outfit, which should probably be easy to do with Disney coming up soon. But we'll get that to Ken.
You gotcha there. And Dan Hollyfield, make sure you check him out over at The Last Man Standing on his YouTube channel. It's kind of like guys who are just meeting up. Dan, if I'm not mistaken, this is kind of like guys getting together after the convention's all over and they go to the bar across the street and they're just having a little chat of what just took place. That's Dan for you out there. Check him out on The Last Man Standing. Let me get to the introductions before we get any further there. I want to welcome, it's your boy Tasty Cakes. We've got Tom Kosak. You know him as the Rev. How you doing there, Rev? Check out Rev Raves and Rants. He puts out content almost hourly about something.
Pretty much.
He's got something going on out there.
The other one is 56 minutes left to load, so.
Oh, okay. Are you still using a Commodore 64? Are you the last person with your 2000 bot?
Look in the mirror, my friend.
How you doing there, my friend?
Well, I got my toys pre-ordered. I'm happy.
Gotcha. You got your sticker finally. Now you can get on the sticker. There you go.
Like the ESO sticker. And
he's been begging for stickers, so I gave him like 3 or 4 of them before the convention there. I think I had
3 or 4.
There you go. All righty. And then without further ado, I think we got everybody but the main attractor himself. But you know what? It's time for a commercial break. When we return, we're going to go all the way up to Jake Estrada, who's going to be explaining Cosography, the history of Cosography, and everything in between. We'll be talking to Fat Man Comics, and we'll be talking to, well, everybody about Cosography and what's going to be taking place this Saturday. And we'll get into that when we return. Please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend. We'll be right back.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie Flaw, as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
Meet the Doctor. Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
Alright, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now.
And everybody, welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil. I've got the Fat Man Comics online. I've got Dave Chapman for the rathole.ca. I've got Dan from the Daleks of Orocos.
Daleks of Orocos.
Orocos. I've got the Reverend Omegon. But the reason why you're here is because of the main attractor of this show. We're bringing in Jake Estrada from Cosography. How you doing there, my friend Jake?
I'm doing good. Just very tired.
Yeah, me too. I still haven't recovered from MegaCon. Dave, I'm still like seeing vapor trails every now and then. And then we had MegaCon. Then you and I went to Epcot. And the funny part about it is, for people who might not be familiar with what happened, Dave was here visiting from Canada, and Dave has never been to Epcot. So I said, well, we're going to make it a whole thing where a Canadian goes to Epcot. That's the title of our video on our YouTube channel. And Dave got to rate Epcot. But just in case you haven't seen and you can check it out for yourself on the YouTube channel. Dave, what did you think about Epcot from a Canadian perspective? And give it to us from the exterior and, the substance of what's going on, and the movie too.
Epcot in general, or just Epcot Canada?
Let's do Canada first.
Epcot Canada, I would no. I think I give it a 3. Now, the reason for that, it is stuck in Confederation era. So this is 1800s. This is the Old West. There is there's nothing. Old West is the same as, give or take, Old West down there, give or take a few aesthetics. Right. So I'm like, why? But the movie was very good. The movie is a great little drive-by of the country, or flyby, as the case may be. When I got home, I sent you a few pictures like, hey, here's the view of that bridge that you saw. And hey, here's a modeled picture of the Banff Springs Hotel, which is a similar style to the one that's built there. And I was sending some fun stuff there. But other than that, it was kind of neat to see, some of the fun merch, which is, you can get most of here. The almost $5 coffee crisps were a shock. Given that those are under $1 here often. On the upside, maybe $2, but that was a shock. But other than that, I mean, you had me putting on what was it, Beverly or whatever. What is that place? There's me, sort of. Very blurry me.
There is Dave at Epcot holding the traveling.
There we go. Now you can see.
There we go.
What was it? Beverly was some
the Italian drink. Soda? Yeah. Now
I liked it. I was fine with it.
Crazy.
Yes.
You're absolutely.
It was a bit like a
living seas.
you can see the.
I felt like
what I thought of it, but I think it's basically quinine and citrus. So. What was it, Mark? What was the thing you made me drink? Because I know you're in the audience. What was that horrible thing that nobody knows what the actual flavor is? It was similar to that, but more lemony than whatever else it is. Whatever the orangey thing.
Oh, let me go. There we
Butterfly.
Go. Yeah, we went to the, I guess for a better term, the Butterfly Arboretum there, and Chrissy hates when I go over there because when we one time I walked into the Arboretum and I was just walking in the butterflies and I started doing this.
Yeah.
She got mad at me. She's like, no, I'm kidding. But we were just having a great time. And what did you think of the movie?
Like I said, the movie was great. It was a great,
far and wide.
It was a tourism style video. It was funny. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's it is a much better representation of the country than the actual pavilion. And of all of the pavilions that we examined or just generally like buzzed through getting to Guardians of the Galaxy, it was my least favorite.
Oh, okay.
It was the Canada one. Like that was the low end of it. So that was, But I mean, other than that, I mean, things were a ton of fun. You could tell it was the theme park version of a lot of countries, but still good. Yes. Somebody pointed out here that the food at Epcot and Disneyland is insanely expensive, but interesting. Cheaper than driving down to Los Angeles. Airfare included. Wow, that's impressive.
We do have an excellent steakhouse. That is
yes.
We
didn't get to do that.
Mackenzie said hi. Christian told me to break a leg. Oh, thanks, Mackenzie. Why aren't you in the chats?
Mackenzie Floor is I think streaming over on her Twitch channel.
Oh,
I don't know why. I don't know why her lives are almost opposite ours at the same time. It's like, come on.
That's not how it works, Mackenzie. Come on.
It's as bad as Tom debuting his videos at the same time as us going live.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine are just videos that will be
business
later on. Live on the show.
Yeah, it's just I get
eating coffee crisp.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Tom. We were just about to go live, and then I see my my YouTube notifications. Reverend Omegon dropped a video. It was like number 73. I'm like, Tom, are you really dropping a video right before we're about to go live? Are you crazy?
It should have been episode 73. I got my numbers messed up again.
There you go. So you've been dubbed by the Candyman, Canadian Candyman Jr.
Yeah.
And Disneyland is on our bucket list. It's mine too. I haven't been to the land yet. I haven't been out of Florida for much. And that's my bucket list to see all 4 or whatever now. I think 5 Disneylands. I think Tokyo Disney, Disney Hong Kong, and Euro Disney, whatever they call now, Disney France. Shanghai. Please, someone ask the Reverend what all of that stuff is behind him. Looks like fun things. All right. I'll give you this much, and then we're going to go over to Jake. So Timescales is asking, what do you got behind you? What is just a few things out there?
Well, let's see. That's
Disneyland Paris. Thank you.
This I got from Books A Million. This I got from Daytona Flea Market.
And this is the most
Darth Vader keychain that says Avengers, and I was lucky to find the one.
Wait a minute. It was a Darth Vader keyring with Avengers on it.
Yep. Darth Vader, Avengers. And I'm lucky to have it. That's what bootlegs are all about.
Okay. What's your newest item?
I got this at the store called Deals Outlet. Little wind-up vintage elephant. I mean, like, how obscure and cool is this? I mean, hello, oh my God. Twist, and then the nose goes.
The Timescale says, sweet. All right.
Isn't it lovely? Yes.
Problem is, you could go on for hours, and I can't do that.
Why not?
It is what it is. That's what the sign says out there. Because we're bringing on Jake Estrada, and he's going to be talking to us about Cosography. Because this is not Jake's first rodeo. Because if you've ever heard something called Space Coast Comic-Con, Jake takes care of that. He's also the producer, the star, and I guess everything. Aside from some of the characters, he is also Bocas, and Bocas 2 is coming out. Bocas 2 is coming out. Is the zombie thing Bocas 2, or is there an actual like Bocas 2?
It's gonna be Bocas 2. I'm just
right
now. I'm just calling it Bocas versus Night of the Living Dead, but it's gonna be called Bocas 2 when I'm done with it.
Gotcha. So without further ado, let's bring in Jake Estrada to tell us more about Cosography. It's how many years have we been doing this now?
Well, Cosography, we haven't done it since 2016, 2017.
The C word.
We did, yeah, right around that time, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe we did a few of those before at the old Space Coast Convention Center, and then COVID hit. See, I'm even pushing COVID back even further to 2016. See, it's been that long. I don't even remember dates anymore. But yeah, so it's been a while. It's been a few years since we've done it. And I decided to just bring it back. Figure we're going to have some fun, some cosplay fun, and let's have it for free out in the mall. You know, I've been using the mall for a lot of my events. It's a great venue. I actually like the venue. I like people coming out there. I like, different things, and it's big and spacious, and and then I get bored. I just go to the food court and eat a little bit.
So it's free admission for everybody. It doesn't matter at this point. It's free admission. Just go into it. And it will be out at the Merritt Square Mall. You'll just basically, when you head into the mall, we'll be out there scattered about. Just to give you an idea of what you're going to be seeing at Cosography. So why is it named Cosography? And what I see where it says where photography meets cosplay. why this particular convention title, and what's the spirit of this particular?
All right, so pretty much one time, David and I, when we had our office out in Palm Bay, we were sitting around throwing around ideas. We were doing Space Coast Comic Con already, so we're sitting there in the room, and then he's like, "Oh, we should have a cosplay event, but what should we call it?" We started goofing off, and next thing you know, he's like, "Oh, I have a bright idea. Let's call it Cosography." I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And then he ended up saying, "Oh, that's cosplay and photography. We cut it in half and we fuse it together." I'm like, "Okay, so you created another word, all right?" And I was calling it something else, like Cosography. Like, no, Cosography. So so that's how the word was born. So we started doing it, like I said, originally out in the Space Coast Convention Center over there in Cocoa, and people always seem to have a good time. They come out. I love their creativity when they come and make their costumes and everything like that. And like Anthony had just said, or like I must say, not Anthony, Fat Man said, it's a loving community. So there we go.
Gotcha. And let's go to the Anthony. Anthony, tell them your role at Cosography, what you're going to be doing, and tell us a little bit about Fat Man Comics for those who may not be familiar with your work.
So, like I said, Tony at Fat Man Comics. I've been making the world's okayest comic books for the last 10 years now. You can find us on Facebook.com/FatManComics. I'll be both a vendor there, and I wouldn't go so far as to call myself a cosplay advocate, because I know there are so many more people that are not only, more talented, but much more passionate in the community. But I like to be an outreach to people. That way they can get a sense that you don't have to be amazing. You don't have to have incredible sewing skills. You don't have to be, if you want to be in a Star Wars cosplay, it doesn't have to be 501st quality to still enjoy and have fun and come out and have a great time. So,
and that's one of the things I do love about this particular convention. I know that you can see that for most of the conventions out there, but this is a focus on cosplay, and there's no focus as far as value or money. Or it's not like, oh, you spent this so much money. You could have just put together a cosplay that you put together at a dollar store, and you usually are looking for more of the values, not necessarily the financial value, but in the talent, in the skills, in the time that people have put this together. What's an amazing thing, and I'll address this to you two, since you guys are kind of mostly over there, as far as the cosplays you've seen come through Cosography, what are you looking for in a cosplay when people come in? What?
Personally, I like creativity. If you can get weird and silly with your cosplay, and I'm able to say, I don't know why, oh man, that's brilliant, then that's what catches me. I've seen Transformers made of beer boxes with great puns in the names. I can't pull up any of them right now, but just unique little things. I love puns. I love jokes. I love creativity. So that's what I love seeing personally.
Gotcha there. Jake, when you see a cosplay, what's the thing, what is the wow factor that comes to your mind?
I just want to, makes me wonder what their mind's thinking and what made them create it, and I just like Anthony was just saying, the creative spark that these people have, it's an amazing thing, because, when people are creating this stuff, they're putting their heart into it. They're putting their soul into it, their passion, like Dan, he created over there his dialect. You know how much passion he puts into this stuff there? So, and that's stuff when I look at it, I'm like, wow, I'm a creator myself, but I don't create, cosplays like that. I'm like, wow, man, that person is a genius. And I like seeing the people create the cosplay outfits like that. And then I like when they interact with people and the fans and their enjoyment from it. So there's so much that you get from that, even watching that, and it's just exciting to see it.
I do like what your mindset about things is just like, I'd like to see, there's people who are creative, there's people who just, they bought out the whole cosplay, and I'm not downing them or anything, but to see somebody who, on a budget, take something that they got at Goodwill or a dollar store and put it together, that's phenomenal. And especially when they can convince you, they take it to another level. I remember, what was it? I think it was one Space Coast. the guy who you could tell, he bought the Spider-Man outfit, but that's not what made me wow factor. Somehow or another, I can't remember it, Jake, but I think he stuck to the wall.
Wow.
Jumped up and he stayed for like a few seconds. Like,
wow,
I can't even explain this one. And he was like breakdancing. He was doing all the moves. He was doing the Spider-Man moves. He was doing the splits and everything. But I think he ended his thing by just like put his hand up, and he was stuck there. I'm like, okay. And he did this. He did. You could tell he bought the costume, but the mere fact that he put so much effort into the poses, the stance, the dance, and everything, I'm just like, okay, you have me convinced here.
Nice. See what I'm saying?
So, yeah,
amazing.
Gotcha over there. Jake, what is your passion for doing conventions as far as like Cosography, Space Coast Comic-Con? Where did that come from?
I just like interacting with people, and I just like seeing people happy, man. Really, it's just one of those things that I like interacting with people on, and I like people being able to network, meet other people that you may never be able to meet outside of a convention of any kind. Mm-hmm. And what I love about any kind of convention is that, people from all walks of life, they meet up, and you might meet them for the first time, and you become great pals, and you're able to do this. And sometimes you might never see them again until another convention, and you become con family, and, and you keep doing this. And that's one of those big things, why I keep on doing it, why I stick it out year after year, doing it and trying to, stay out here in the Space Coast. I love the Space Coast as well, and I like interacting with all the people out here.
Yeah, and Nicobat says homemade cosplays can be the best ones. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. And you can tell when somebody put their heart and soul into it, and what beyond the weaving, beyond the fabric of the time that they put into it. And some of them I go just watch and just like, how did you do that? And some of it I'm like, how did that not fall apart? How is that holding together? I mean, there was I forgot what was one. There was the Rhino from Spider-Man. I can't remember the name of the Rhino from Spider-Man.
The Rhino.
Right, that's it. Rhino.
Yeah.
Rhino from Spider-Man. Wasn't there a guy? One of the Space Coast Comic-Cons. He was in a rhino suit and he was walking around like, dude, I can't even begin to fathom how this is even holding together. I mean,
I've seen all kinds of different cosplays in the last almost decade of doing conventions out here, and I mean, I've seen things that I'm like, wow, man, how long did it take you to build that? And then like you say, you see the person that just put it together with tape, and you're like, wow, how is it staying together? Like you just said, I've seen all kinds of stuff, and I've seen, and it's always amazes me,
Darn it, StreamYard. I was trying to bring this. I was not actually trying to bring it up onto the screen. Just get it ready. This was a photo I took at Emerald City Comic Con during the costume con. She's got a smoker on the back.
Nice. Look at that.
Like this, I got so many fun stuff at this one. And this is the costume contest that they had that year, and the host, and some of it was just fun. This is when I was with Geekorama.net. They sent me through.
Look at that Batman.
Yeah, like these are some amazing. I think you won a thumb for the in the armor category.
Jesus,
these are that's like just brilliant. This is for the record before. I am fairly certain this was 2016, so that can't be right. That was definitely before Ant-Man though, right? I'm pretty sure. Or was that the year it came out? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah,
well,
there's a Batman, the Nightman.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, there we go. It didn't quite fit.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to be back in just a few moments. And I will tell you my story of Cosography because I know the Candyman razzes me that I do not cosplay. And unfortunately, I will not be cosplaying at Cosography this weekend because I'm going to be taking lots of pictures of people cosplaying it. Traveling TARDIS as much as I can. But without further ado, when we return, I'm going to give you my Cosography story, and there's a nice little story behind it, and how things, I wouldn't say necessarily changed my life, but a good friend of mine convinced me to cosplay. and I'll explain to you how she did it when we return. Please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, become part of the legend. We'll be right back.
You have more options than ever before. When choosing a film, a television or internet series, a book to curl up with, or even a radio show or podcast. Get to know the people who are creating for you. The Hangin' With Web Show, hosted by award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomacher, is the internet's fastest-growing web talk show series. The Hangin' With Web Show features professional, yet casual, in-depth interviews with creative arts and entertainment pros. Meet the people behind a digital revolution in creating more quality content than ever before in the history of media. Find the Hangin' With Web Show on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or simply go to www.hanginwithshow.com. That's www.hanginwithshow.com.
We are a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. We go from house to house every Friday night, and we create music, we create food, a good time, we stream it live, and we do it for free. So now we're just really kind of like trying to develop it and build a community group that people believe in, then they'll help us. So we played from our rehearsal room, we played from the bathroom, thankfully that didn't catch on.
I probably played guitar in my room, not for anyone, in front of anyone, nobody heard, for probably about 10 years.
And then one Friday night, we played from the kitchen. It's the main place people want to be. It's where the food is, it's where the drink is, it's where the best lighting is. You can go to any party and I guarantee you, the kitchen is going to be popping.
Our ultimate goal, I think, would be to crash kitchens every Friday all around the world.
Hi, my name is Jamie Engel, critically acclaimed author of The Toilet Papers, Places to Go While You Go, a short story collection suited to match your bathroom needs. Only have to go a little? No problem. I've got stories under 1,000 words for you. Far from poopin'? I've got you covered, with stories over 5,000 words to keep you occupied, while your latrine stays occupied. And that's not all. The Toilet Papers is endorsed by the fine folks from Squatty Potty, the stool for better stools. But don't take my word for it. See what Dookie the Squatty Potty unicorn has to say on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. Well, I've got to go. But you can grab your copy of The Toilet Papers on Amazon in ebook or print, or get an autographed copy from me at therightangle.com. And don't worry, I promise I'll wash my hands first. The Toilet Papers. You might just stay in the bathroom longer than you need to.
I swear she didn't wash her hands when she sent me her copy. I swear. I'm sure, yeah, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil. I'm here with Jake, the Rubber Dama guy, better known as Tom. We also have Dan from the Daleks of Orcus.
There you go. Orcus.
You know what? I'm going to put the, where is it?
Oh my God.
I want you to subscribe, everybody. There you go. To the Daleks of Orcus. I need that A needs to be an O for me to work in. So everybody, facebook.com/Dalek Hal and Dave Chapman from the rathole.ca. Now I wanted to show you something of my own because Cosography did something for me a while back. In fact, a particular cosplayer, We're Woman Cosplay, if I remember, Lauren Edinger. And Dave wanted to cosplay. And speaking to Mark Robinson in the UK, our Candyman, I wanted to cosplay something that was so unknown. Like nobody knew this, so obscure, just to see if anybody would get it. And surely enough, when I had mentioned what I was going to do, Lauren jumped onto the boat and she goes, I want you to cosplay this. I really love you to cosplay it. I love you very much like a brother. You need to cosplay this. And I said, I'm not. I was surely enough not ready and was wasn't going to. And then Lauren says, I love you very much. If you do one character, I will do the other. So if anybody knows Red Dwarf, I cosplayed Rimmer and she cosplayed Lister. And Lauren, it was just such a sweetheart. And I did not know how big a fan she was out there, but that was me with a hologram with the big H on the forehead. Chrissy found second technician. She found the badges of Rimmer. I didn't know you could even do that. But she went on, I forgot where it was. I mean, either Amazon or Pinterest, and found Rimmer's badges. So she put them on to me. Now, at this point, Dave, when this particular Cosography happened, I think it was Infinity Wars just took place. Now, if anybody knows about, and Dave, if you can do the chats for a second, I guess I'll just show some. If anybody knows about Infinity Wars and the history of Red Dwarf, they have a bit of something similar. Yes, thank you, Andrew. Absolutely. Something similar in common, and we found something. And actually, Lauren went with my crazy. So we had 2 bags of dust, and one of them was the Avengers, and one of them was the Red Dwarf crew. So that's how we spelled it. And of course, in very Lister sense, she was walking around eating the Red Dwarf crew while I was holding on to the Avengers bag. So this was kind of the fun stuff that we were having over here. And occasionally she would switch bags and start eating from the Avengers bag. But I thought this was just the kind of fun stuff that I appreciated, Jake, that for my first obscure cosplay, I said I really wanted to be Lister. I really wanted to do Red Dwarf, see if anybody did. And there was a couple people who did enjoy it. In fact, I think I cosplayed it one more time at MegaCon. Where was it? I think it was MegaCon. And everybody who recognized it were hugging me and jumping all over me, and just like, they love the fact that this obscure TV show that really isn't like big in the States, it's big in the UK, but just to be representing, something of that kind of geekdom. And everybody's like, yeah, we never see this. This is great. That you did this. So that's my Cosography story. And I'm hoping that many people who go, and at least when they go to a convention cosplay, let alone go to Cosography, that they feel this way, the way that I did. And of course, I haven't put on the suit since, but it was nice that Lauren would, gave me the kick that I needed. And I'm hoping that people will find a Lauren one day, that her sitting on the fence, about their own cosplay, and that they'll push them to the point where they're like, yes, you should do this. You should try it. I'm still suck at it, but I'm just like, I'm like that was the case.
That's awesome, man.
So that was my Cosography story. Speaking of stories, let me go ahead and bring in the official Facebook page, the event page, so people can see what's going on, who's going to be there. Unfortunately, we lost Tony. He had to go, but don't forget to check him out over at... Who got it? Oh, that's right. Dan had the cat alert. That was Dan.
You can sort of see Cat.
Cat alert. Yep. Where is it? I can't. I'm about to share a screen.
Why are you doing this to me? Curse you, human!
Put up the cat alert. Put it up there.
Working on it.
That's it. I'll do it. There you go. If anybody notices, our team has a lot of cats, and anytime one of the cats shows up, the cat alert goes up there for the Traveling TARDIS. So here's Cosography, and walk us through it a little bit, because I'll be showing some of the special guests that will be coming out over here. Again, this is on the 15th of April, this weekend, this Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Cosography, taking place at the Merritt Square Wall. Confirmed from Jake, free admission. So you have absolutely no reason not to go. Have some fun with other cosplayers, and there will be places like Spencer's, like all the other stuff that they have in the mall that you can go out and try, and take advantage of this, of going to a convention with no fee. I see a lot of people are very interested, and 30 people are kind of going at this moment. Hopefully a lot more there. Let me get into the chat, and you can tell us all the special guests that are going out there. Break it down.
I mean, Brad Bradley, he had to cancel due to a family emergency, but Anthony's right there if you look, and then we have photographers coming out. Greg Rice, he's pretty big. He goes out to a lot of the conventions. He has a lot of props. He'll be giving out free photos. Then we have man, I'm terrible right now. Kira Rain coming out. We have Lucky Star Cosplay right there. And then we have Brittany Marie, also known as Psychotic Cosplay. She's come out to quite a few of our shows in the last year. One of her first appearances was at Space Coast Comic-Con last year. And she's been a judge and countless other stuff. And then we have quite a few vendors.
There you go. That's all
right
there
there,
is.
You know,
that's a good reason to come.
You know, and then we have his brother. You know, there's Christian, and then there's his twin brother Albert, who's coming out. I know.
You did not. So here's Brittany Marie. Long story, folks. It's very long and painful, unfortunately, with Facebook. So this is Brittany Marie, better known as the psychotic beauty cosplay.
Yeah. And she's awesome. She's a phenomenal cosplayer. She's been around for a while doing this stuff. And then we have an author, you know, who happens to be my sister, Adriana Estrada.
Yep, keep it in the family there.
Yeah. She's coming out.
What kind of books has she written, just for people who are interested?
She has one called Denver Rescues Hope. Then she has one about a haunted taxi cab, and then she has countless other books too. But she always pushes the one book, the Denver Rescues Hope. But she's published other books, and then she works with children and stuff like that. You know,
so children's books. If you're interested in children's books, Adriana is going to be out there. Well, there's this word guy.
Oh yeah, it's Steve.
Oh, okay, Steve, the Underpresence. Now tell us a little bit about the Underpresence, because I think people will be very interested in this.
Yeah, so the Underpresence is a paranormal show. You know, I actually am a cast member on that show too. And Steve, though, he's big time. He's been a paranormal investigator for about 30 years. He works out at NASA. He's done all kinds of stuff. He's going all around the country. He's done all kinds of stuff. He also brings his equipment. He'll bring all kinds of equipment. It'll make you feel like a real life Ghostbuster. All the stuff that he has with him, and you know, and you can ask him. He'll show you all kinds of videos that he has on his phone. He's very hands on, and he's awesome. You know, so don't be spooked out by his ghost hunting experience. People, talk to him. He's awesome.
And the Underpresence is also on YouTube if you want to catch the videos out there.
Yes,
so,
you can watch there. You know, we have a bunch of characters, including myself. I play a character. I never play myself.
Okay.
His character's name Albert.
Albert's is Christian's doppelganger.
Anyway, David Schroeder Jr.
Yeah,
another cosplayer out there.
Yeah, he'll be coming out. He's a local cosplayer. He cosplays and then I don't know. Yeah, and then we got our good friend Ronnie right there, right?
Yep, Ronnie. She's going to be bringing her jewelry.
Yep, she's awesome. She's awesome vendor. She always comes out.
Yeah, everything's awesome over there, especially the chainmail. You got to check that out.
Yeah,
on the screen on the far left, and then Mike, Nostalgic Candy. So if you like a little bit of a treat, literally, Michael's your man out there. He's going to be bringing out his nostalgic.
Come out, we're like, man, Mike, man, you gave me a cavity, buddy.
I'm gonna have Wilford Brimley follow me all over the place there. And earlier you were talking about Cindy.
Yes,
Sydney, Cosography, and gorgeous gal. And I believe the Dubach Unicorn, self-care with a scare. What's that about?
You know, she's awesome. She's also a cosplayer. She's also an actress. The owner, known as Anne, and she, you know, she sells all kinds of different products, you know, that are like, you know, things about self-care, you know, beauty and all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty cool. You know, she's actually done a few. She actually is going to be in Bocas too as well.
Oh, okay. And for those of you checking out, you definitely want to hook up with Bocas. There,
one day we actually are. You know what I'm doing with Bocas though is I'm actually been filming Bocas Zoomed Part 2, and I've actually been filming scenes for Bocas 3, which is going to be eventually. Kristen's going to appear as an evil, dirty Santa Claus. I heard.
Named Albert.
Named Albert, right?
And we've got Kira Rion.
Yes.
She doesn't even look the same person in these two photos. This is very, very interesting.
Yeah, she's a local cosplayer who lives out in Brevard County. She's awesome. You know, she does a lot of stuff, and she's actually, you know, she always helps out when she can. And we got a few other people coming too. We got a local film group that's coming out. We have a few other photographers. Mr. PCs is coming out. We have again, you know, by now I should remember, but I've been working all day too, guys. So please forgive me.
That's fine. Every time I do a show, I'm getting off work as well. So I'm just like I'm kind of a little loopy on things out there. So Reverend Abmagan, did you have any questions for Jake about Cosography and anything that he does for his show? Oh, I got you mid coffee, Chris. I'm sorry. That's why he's not talking. I'm like, oh, your microphone's off, and I'm like, no, he's eating.
Of course he's eating.
Thanks, dude.
Nigobat thinks I would be an interesting villain.
I thought you were a villain, bro.
I am.
Oh, he is. He 100% is. Keeps dressing up as the Doctor, but no, he's the Master.
And I'm the Valyard. That's just the way it is.
Okay, I'll reveal the inside joke since we're coming up to the end of the audio portion of the episode. Apparently, Facebook thinks I'm verified. And I got verified on Facebook. I was hoping the Traveling TARDIS Facebook page would be verified. Somehow or another, I ended up being verified. And I'm going to talk to Facebook about this. I'm going to look at 67,000. Wait, I'm going to put it up. We're up to 67,000 Facebook subscribers. And we're planning to get to 70,000 by the end of this year. Or at least even before that. We got a couple of conventions coming up, including Cosography. But I was looking to get our Facebook page verified. And apparently it was, it said, well, we needed your full name to get your verification. I'm like, okay, well, what the heck? Next thing I know, my name is being completely changed. I'm being verified, and it says, we'll get back to you for the verification. So no, I want my page. And next thing you know, within 24 hours, I'm verified. I'm like, okay. I'm still trying to figure that one out, but I'm going to work to try to get the Facebook page verified, not me. So that's why you're hearing the A word a lot during this conversation, and it'll haunt me till the day I die. But apparently I'm a verified check mark on Facebook.
You should have never done it, Albert.
I truly don't understand what the hell that means. But the good news is it does say that I do have contact to Facebook. So, hey, I can talk to them now. I can talk to these people. So I'm going to put it to the test as far as things on Facebook. First of all, get my name up. Put Traveling TARDIS out there.
You make me laugh, dude.
I'm the only person I know that is verified on Facebook. I'm like, how the hell does that? Yeah, thank you, Andrew. They made a song out.
See, when I originally saw the name change, I was like, what? And I assumed that it was some kind of late April Fool's prank.
It was for me. I wasn't expecting Facebook to pull that off. I was just like, God darn it.
I wasn't terribly confused because you've PayPal'd me before, and that has it on there.
Right.
So that I'm like, okay, I know this is your name. Why is this happening?
Oh, the PMs that came out and go like, have you been hacked? Are you okay? Why do you have 3 names now? I don't even know. What was my favorite? I don't even know you anymore. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just
are you okay? But
exactly.
Hello, Skeletor.
That was Skeletor.
That it was something like when you find out that your friend's been going by their middle name this whole time.
Yeah, I got a few of those memes. Trust me, I got a ton of those memes. It's just like, I don't know who you are anymore. Like, shut up. So
Jake, you have to come back and make fun of Christian more often.
So there's this blue check mark now with my full name out there on my own profile, personal page. So I don't know what that means, except that I can get a hold of Facebook people now, which seems to be a nice thing if I ever get a hold of Facebook people. So that's where the owl is coming in there. And yes, I would make an interesting villain. Call him Santa Owl.
Santa you should change your picture, put a Santa hat on, put on your fake beard.
Oh no! When we start filming, that's when I'm going to start promoting. As soon as I'm on screen, as soon as I get out there, and I do. And here's the ironic thing: I do have a Santa outfit. It was a hand-me-down. Of all things, it was a hand-me-down.
It don't matter. You're Santa, dude.
I know. It's a hand. It's in the closet right now. I can get it out. And I know
it.
It was a hand-me-down. It was given to me by it was like somebody was getting rid of it, and they said, "Do you want this?" And I said, "Yeah, I always wanted to be Santa."
One of my old managers, who was already a friend of mine before I got hired, comes up to me, "Hey, you want to be Santa for the work Christmas party?" Like, did you just call me fat? No, jolly. What?
and plump. Erase yourself.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, Nick, it was meant to be. I know. It was meant to be. I was just like, God darn it. I hate you, Facebook. I'm gonna go to Mark Zuckerberg and say, your 3 names are not on there, Zuck. I want to see all 3 names out there for you.
You don't need to ever worry about it, man. Even though we know you have an evil twin called Albert, we'll always love you, Christian, okay? We're always gonna love you, Christian. So don't worry.
Shut it down. Got it. Yep. Alrighty, so without further ado, folks, we are going to do the after party for our friends on the radio station. Thank you so much for joining us. You want to continue your adventures, go over to the YouTube or the Facebook page, iHeartRadio, sci-fi.radio, Odyssey, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you're listening to your audios. You can download us for free and check us out there. Again, facebook.com, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, I should say. We are working to get up to 70,000 people. That would be so awesome. You can check us out, our videos on our TikTok, but you definitely want to right now subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We've got one more person up there. We thank you so much. We were down to 5. Now we just need 10 more people to subscribe, and we're in 3Kville. So we totally appreciate that out there. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube channel to help the algorithm. That's what I was looking for. The algorithm. So we are going to go in the after party. Jake and Dan and Tom, if you want to stay, you're more than welcome to. We're going to talk a little bit about Doctor Who, and I do want your take, Jake, because I know you don't watch Doctor Who much. But I wanted your take on this video that they had put out there. So we'll be right back. We're going to stay put, so we're just going to put the little banner up. And we want to thank everybody for joining us here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Stick around. We are going to be talking more about Doctor Who, including Doomsday. We're going to go a little bit further into that video and watch it. And those 3 pictures of that green screen that are now floating around, we're going to give our take on it. So we'll be right back. Thank you, folks, and everybody else. Stay safe, because we want you to always be part of the legend. If you're sticking around, let me play this. This video. Have you seen it yet, Dan and Tom? Have you seen Doomsday?
I have not. I've seen it floating around. I've seen posts about it floating around, but I have not. But
we will play it here.
Try and get some work done on how.
Oh, okay. You're bumping out now?
Yeah.
Now. Oh, okay.
Get done in time for the weekend.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. If you want to stick around and just watch the video real fast and give your take, we'll do that real fast. But let me go ahead and pull this up.
Okay. I'm going to bring my phone out to the garage, though.
Sure. And this is the video that everybody's talking about. This is called Doomsday, not the Doomsday with Rose sitting on Bad Wolf Bay. This is the commercial for Doomsday, which is, if I'm not mistaken, gang, multi-platform Doctor Who stories, which include the comic books, the books, Big Finish, and all that. We did not learn from Time Lord Victorious. So without further ado, let me go ahead and play you the video. Let me go ahead and enlarge the screen. And Jake, I would even want your take on this. If you were seeing this for the first time, what you think about this. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Doom. I'm the universe's greatest assassin, and in one day I'm going to die, unless I can find the Doctor. Someone sent death, literal death, after me. I can only outrun it for 24 hours. So, the clock's ticking. My vortex manipulator sends me a new target every hour. The Lesser Order of Oberon sends me a lot to choose from, and I'm picking the missions that'll maybe bring me to the Doctor. 24 hours. All of time and space. Will I find the Doctor? Ancient enemies. Old friends. Or maybe I'll go out in flames. A lot of flames. Well, it'll be better than what's coming for me. If you see the Doctor, tell them I'm on my way.
What sucks is I can't hear it.
That doesn't suck at all.
Yes.
I kind of wish I couldn't.
I don't know why. So, Dan and Jake, I know, Dan, you got to leave first. So, did you get a chance to see the video while we were playing it?
Cut out towards the beginning, but I mostly saw it, yeah.
What was your take on Doomsday? 1 to 10.
I think it's interesting. Obviously, this is the first I've seen of it, so I'm not sure what else they're going to be doing with it. Mm-hmm. But I kind of have a feeling that, kind of like how we were seeing the advertisements with the 13th Doctor when we were getting these specials coming out, I kind of have a feeling there's going to be some more of those kinds of things that are going to tie into the story.
Gotcha. Is this something that you would put coin down on? Would you buy the Big Finish and the books and the comics, or is there something that is like, I don't know about this, or I want to wait until these are released and see how other people view this?
I mean, I've got a lot of things that I've already got from Big Finish, and I have a lot more that I've got to get. I debated getting them as they were coming out, but I'm like, kind of could have saved my money and time for preparing for conventions.
There you
so
go.
I probably will eventually, but not quite yet.
I love that attitude. It's just like, do I get this Big Finish album, or do I eat over MegaCon? So, Dan, break a leg. Good luck out there to you. Whatever you need, let me know. And thank you so much for joining us. I'll be putting. What's that?
For anybody who's watching and wants to see the progress on Hal so far.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
Sorry, I'm not great at the camera since it is backwards.
No, you're fine.
I am currently working on sanding it all down, so that way it's going to have a smoother finish to it.
Wow.
So all of this has been sanded and sprayed over. I started sanding these down. Then I've also got a spare hemisphere that I started doing some weathering on. Just as a test, because I'm actually thinking about doing a weathered look for Hal this time.
What's a weathered look? Like aging
like
him a little
battle
bit?
damaged.
Battle damage.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would love to see that. There's two versions of Hal and a battle damage Hal. Drunken Hal. I've seen that one. All right, Dan. Thank you so much. Good luck to you.
Great, thanks for having me.
See you this Wednesday. What's that?
Oh, I said thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on. You take care of yourself. Thank you so much.
You too.
Alrighty. So, thank you. Let me go ahead and put. Oh, is that? Knock it off. Oh, Jake, for somebody who does not watch Doctor Who as much, what do you think about that commercial? That
commercial was for the books and all that, right?
Yeah, it's a multi.
We think.
What was it? It's a
multi-platform story.
Right. So what they're doing is, just imagine taking another. There's going to be an audiobook for Star Wars, and then they're going to make a comic, and then they're going to write another book, and then a couple books out here, a couple comics, If you saw that as an ad for something that was coming up that you were interested in, what's your take on Doomsday?
You know, I watch Doctor Who time to time. I don't watch it all the time, but
right.
I would see it like as a hardcore fan that buys into that. That would be, I guess, exciting for them. Me, I looked at it and I go, wow, okay, interesting. That's all I thought. It was interesting. I didn't know if it was for, like a video game, or that's what I was wondering. I was like, okay, so it would make me interested, like oh, they have some books. Oh, this is cross-platform, which I think is very 21st century for for all the nerddom, from comics to the Star Wars to Doctor Who. Why not? So,
what's your favorite geekdom of all time? What's your favorite big geekdom?
At the end of the day, I'm a comic book guy, and I've drawn my own comics. I've created my own comics. That's why I started it as a comic book creator,
Right.
So, I've always been a comic book fan. Most of my comics, they weren't X-Men. They were mostly dark, horror comics, vigilantes. Not so much Batman, because Batman, he was still too clean. I always liked the dark, murderous, rip you apart comics. You could tell. That's where, Boca,
right.
Crazy.
And everybody in the chat, what was your take on a Doomsday? And especially if you haven't seen the video, please let us know. So let me address this question. If you saw that as being a potential DC multi-platform level, they said that we're gonna have a book, a comic book, couple comic books, we're gonna have an audio play, and then we're gonna have like a TV episode.
I think James Gunn's going to do that now. He's the new head honcho of DC Comics movie universe, and he was talking about how he's going to have this whole cross-platform from comics to video games, all tying into the whole movie verse. I mean, and like I said again, that's very 21st century, where they're trying to merge all that stuff together, because there's money on the table, and fans will flock to that. And I think it's brilliant, smart move, for any company to know that, there's a fan base there, the built-in fan base that will buy it. They have to buy it. The complete is in you. You're like, I have to have it. So I get the drive for it.
Well, that's the thing. Strangely enough, and I'll pose this question to Tom next up for bats. We did have a series like that. It starred David Tennant, and we called it Time Lord Victorious. And how well did that go? How well did that go? And Tom, and I'm just going to run for a second there, but go ahead, keep going there, Tom. I'll be right back. Dave, if you run those.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave you with that question for a second there. What did you think about that video, and what do you think about this potentially being across the platform type deal? And again, anybody in the chats, if you feel free to give us your opinion about this, because this is what we're all. Andrew says it was lackluster for him. So what was it, Tom? How'd you feel?
I feel the same as Andrew Morris. Time Lord Victorious, big thing, had the 8th Doctor, 9th Doctor, and 10th Doctor, all between the books and was there a board game or something, or a video game? But I
think there was. I know that Worlds Apart was involved with Time Lord Victorious.
I got the little die casts from Eagle Moss, so I have all the Daleks for that, because I love the idea. The comics were cool, focusing on the Daleks, all the variations. But then I kind of like, because it's the sequel to Water on Mars, because he was Time Lord Victorious. He can change anything he wants. So that was a whole big deal. And I would have expected it would have been better, because we're trying to expand on Doctor Who. Everything's across America, UK, everywhere. But it didn't. Of course, I wanted the action figures. I wanted to have David, 10th Doctor, in his Time Lord robes. A lot of customizers do those things like that. I can't. I pay people to do that. Like custom heads of me. So this idea of Doomsday is, what am I say? Oh, I need to find the Doctor. I need to kill him or something. I think.
No.
I
really think they need to. If they're going to do this again, I think they should hire like Doctor Who Velocity, because they do better effects on their home computer.
Exactly. Never heard back from them either. But so it's well, he's like, well, we're gonna try it again. Let's see how it goes because we now have Doctor Who on Disney Plus. All the $3 billion poured into that. Can I say it? Can I say failure? Okay, I just did. Instead of into the park themselves, because my best friend, he is a cast member at Disney, and he said, "Why?" When we went to Hollywood Studios a week before Christian and Dave went to Epcot, I said, "What's happened? Why aren't these rides open? And why is it the timing thing?" He said, "Well, they just, the labor issues, and they'd rather pour in all the money into Disney Plus, and the only thing that's keeping Disney Plus alive is The Mandalorian." So, for an idea, I would, there's always a second chance. So, I just can't see it. Girl named Dooms and always, I'm going to find the doctor. But hopefully it will. Hopefully it will bring up more things because now that the Doctor Who magazine comic is tied into the series, we're seeing the 14th Doctor in his new TARDIS control room using the 13th Doctor Sonic, but is blue instead of yellow. And of course, spoilers, I read the last issue of Doctor Who magazine. It was before that the Daleks did something naughty.
I think Jake's got to take off.
Jake, thank you so much.
Guys, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. We'll see you this weekend. We'll see you Saturday at Merritt Square Mall.
See you, bro.
Got it. Thank you, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Hopefully, second time around, it'll do something. But I got too many other things going on for me to really care. So whenever I can watch it for free on Daily Motion, then I'm good. If the action figure comes out, I'll think about it.
I know we only got a few minutes left. So anybody in the chats, if you had any opinions about what you think about Doomsday, what we just played earlier, what do you think? Again, Doomsday is supposed to be a multi-level media thing where the story, just like if anybody is familiar with Time Lord Victorious, it's going to be running on that same line where it's going to be comics, it's going to be Big Finish audios, it's going to be books. Dave, what was your take on
I kind of gave it a little bit when you were away there. I said next, if they're going to do this again, they really should hire on Doctor Who Velocity so they can get some higher level effects going on.
Ouch.
Yeah, like that was I have seen high school students do better assignments than that promo video.
Well, I mean, we're now what? Sony money? We got Disney Plus money? And we're getting that as far as I mean, if it's going on, I mean, I just I want to hear about Tom's photos. What?
Oh, you mean the one from a couple weekends ago? You, Christian, myself, and Arthur.
I had the pictures up. I think we did the photos last week.
Yeah, we definitely did. You can do them again.
Doomsday is a really funny comedian. What's her name? And let me look her up real fast.
And to be very, very clear, when I'm criticizing, and I think this goes for most people, when I'm criticizing this video, it's mostly the video. She is doing what she has been directed to do, and you can't do more than that. Like, I'm sure she's brilliant. She does come across as she'd probably be a very funny comedian, I'm sure. But yeah,
well, I did get her name. I'll go ahead and put her into the chat.
I think everybody does.
Suze Kempner. Doctor Who Entertainment does. What was it? Johnny Who Entertainment does way better budgets and effects. It's Zeus Kempner. Now, I don't know who Zeus is, and far from me to make any criticism. But if I don't even know the direction was going. Is she supposed to be serious? Is she supposed to be funny? Because it's supposed to be the most deadliest assassin in the universe. And my first question was, what's the Doctor doing hanging around with the most deadliest assassin in the universe? And he hung around Riversong.
Well, he's not yet. That's the thing. She's trying to find him.
Apparently,
and is she actually the world's? Is she actually the greatest assassin, or is she I am the greatest, and you're not the greatest?
Right, and that was the thing. I could not get that from the video. Or is this a spoof? Is this supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be dark? Death's coming after Doom. So what?
There's no death said.
Yeah.
I will say this. I
No Chase
did
Masterson.
visit her page. I did see one of her Twitter videos, and her comedy didn't function with me. It didn't roll out well. I'm not saying if this is just an example of, you know, those things that you try to research. Like, what was it? We had nothing on Ncuti Gatwa. We'd never seen him before, except if you saw Sex Education on Netflix. And I pulled up some videos on YouTube just to, you know, get a sample of what he is. I'm like, yeah, I think he can do this. I think he can pull this off pretty well. I think he's going to be a very lively doctor. I think he's going to be I feel he's going to be more comedic, and you can tell that he knows the switch timing, which I had a challenge with Jodie. I couldn't pull it off in Jodie. It's like, there's a time in the moment when the doctor makes you're crying because you're laughing at everything that's going on, and then there's a time in the moment when you're crying because you're sad about what's going on. The doctor has to be able to switch tracks any given time as an actor. I didn't see that much in Jodie, but I could see this potentially being in Ncuti Gatwa. When it comes to Zeus, like I said, I don't know anything about her. I was just reading stuff on, you know, I only saw one video, and it just her comedy didn't reel me in. But like I said, maybe if given a skilled person to direct her and some good writing, she might be able to pull it off. But from what I see, I just wasn't impressed at this moment. Things can change. But this is not so far selling me on, okay, this is going to be something that you're going to have to buy 2 comic books and 3 big finishes and stuff. And it's just like, it hasn't pulled me into that sphere as of yet. And like you said, we're now into Sony money. We're dealing with, you know, we're big budgeted. Why are we still looking like that we're on a BBC budget to try to promote this? This is just my opinion on this. I have no ill feeling to anybody on this. It's I either need to see more, or I'm just not into it as of yet, or at all. The Art of War. So not what we expected for the 60th. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. Oh, there you go. Not what I expected for the 60th. Is this really part of the 60th, or is this just something in between before the 60th?
It might just be something in between.
Right. This is where I'm thinking, like, this is to buy time for the 60th, as opposed to, well, if you want more Doctor Who, we've got all this media that we're going to be putting out for you to consume. And then the 60th anniversary will be on Disney. And I'm not. Is the 60th going to be on Disney Plus, or is it?
Yes, that's specifically.
That is specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is when it. And I don't think anything is going on before that, or at least like the 1st of November. I think is when whatever is going up will go up, and then the.
Right. I don't think we're going to get like full-on episodes. We might get little teasers or trailers, or maybe even like 5 or 10 minute clip. You know what they call them on YouTube? The
shorts.
The shorts. There's a name for it, but I can't think of them. But we'll probably get some shorts.
Shorts. Yeah.
But there's a Doctor Who word for it, and I can't think of it right now that they used to call them. It's the 60th year. The whole year should have events. I think this is what they were trying to pull off, Andrew. I think this may be, you know, they're going to release a little bit. Here's a comic book here. Here's a magazine, you know, Doctor Who magazine here. Here's a big finish leading up to the 60th. And who got Minnesotes? Thank you, Andrew. Minnesotes.
There we go. And I think maybe what they're going to be doing, and none of us really know, is they're going to start instead of end with the anniversary. They're going to start the celebrations in November. This is the 60th, and we're going to go forward and celebrate as opposed to lead up to the 60th. Because they can do that, because they had to have that extra little bit of time to get Ncuti in there, to get all of the stuff that they're doing anyway. So I think that might be their plan. I can't say for sure. I'm certainly hoping with the Doctor Who role-playing game, I know we've had this conversation, the source books are going out of print. And I'm assuming they will be getting re-released as a second edition versions, probably in some sort of conjunction with the 60th, because those came out as part of the 50th.
Right.
But I think it's at this point everything is speculation.
I'm just hoping this is not supposed to be the buffet leading up to the to the 60th. This is I'm hoping they have more stuff out there. I don't know where they.
This is the snack cart outside the buffet. This is not the buffet.
Right. Yeah, it's absolutely a snack cart. What were you saying there, Tom? I'm sorry.
As we had the 50th with Big Finish and what we had Day of the Doctor, what did you like better? Big Finish or BBC?
Yeah, was that the light at the end? Is that the light at the end?
Yes, light at the end. That was it.
I haven't even heard it yet. I haven't sat down. I'm serious. I haven't sat down and listened to it. That's going to be that'll be one day when I get a car ride going somewhere. No, shut up. No, that's a car trip though. That's a long drive. So
I loved it. I absolutely loved that show.
Real quick, because Dave's got to go, and I want to go ahead and run the commercial for the last one. What was your take? What was your favorite? 50th or Light at the End?
I love them both, but I more preferred the audio because it dealt with the original 8 Doctors.
Got it.
Fourth Doctor and 8th Doctor together, that was hilarious. And 6th and 7th, they always loved working together. So it was perfect for me.
Okay. Dave, I'm going to go ahead and run the commercial real fast, and then you can explain to us where you're going so we can go over there. Where is the commercial?
Right after the commercial break. It's the first one in.
Oh, I see it. Okay. This is for Dave. Make sure, because he's going to be going live right after us. So... So, Dave, real fast, tell the folks what they're going to be seeing when they head over there. Uh-oh. Maybe not.
My earphones also came up, and also the... Shut up. Shut up. I have the video going on Turn Down TV.
Gotcha.
So I had the TV on mute. I did not. So the 5-minute countdown just started for the show.
Okay.
And I'll take the volume up here.
And Dan says he loves music. I want to see documentaries or work lost episodes. Launching old, new merch, special interviews, and fans. Yeah, definitely. And Dan likes music.
The music is the Julie's Andrews. Both Julie's with a Z and Andrews also with a Z. You can look it up. They've got music on their on YouTube as well. I think I threw their name up earlier in the comment section, so you can find that there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, in 3 minutes and 50-odd seconds, give or take lag, I will be doing Sabbath Part 2. So if you were around last week, we previewed Part 1 of this video, which I shot with Ken at MegaCon. This is Part 2, where I'm going to go into a little bit of the real-world history of Sabbath, because that is kind of interesting and twisted. And then look at some of the opportunities you have to get decks. Whoops. As I just throw things around. Some places you can get them. Hyperspace props, which is where I got these, is showed some of their stuff. So yeah, you can take a look. It's under 10 minutes long, just like the last one. I'll be over there doing some chatting in the comment section. And yeah, that's kind of that's what I'm doing for the next 10 minutes.
There you go. So
if you're joining us from the Legend of Traveling TARDIS, drop 2 hearts in the comment section over there. Feed the algorithm.
There you go. Reverend Namagan, better known as Tom Kosak. He is. Please make sure you subscribe to Rebs, Raves, and Rants. Everything he's talking about it. Get more footage of the tournament.
Oh, I didn't get much, no, because there was a Sabbath tournament. I meant to add that into the video. The tournament ended. So in this version of Sabbath that I was taught, you roll the dice, and if you get doubles, you end up with a new hand. And if I remember Ken saying this correctly, the last hand, someone went all in, dice gets rolled, and they lost. So that was how the Sabbath tournament at MegaCon ended. So that was cool. Yeah.
All right. Everybody put your goodbyes in. We are logging off. Please make sure that you log onto and subscribe our YouTube channel. 10 more people will put us over the top. And more people, of course, tell your friends to subscribe. Thank you for joining us again. Let me go over here. Facebookpage.com, Facebook, the Traveling TARDIS. Check us out on wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Cosography this Saturday from 10 to 5. Free admission at the Merritt Square Mall. Check us out there. And don't forget to drop in any super thanks or anything of that nature to help support the channel. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to say your goodbyes. We are out of here. Thank you for joining us. Please stay safe because we want you to continue to become part of the legend. Tony, take us out.